Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put water in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Hello, I am Oji Hanchi, and I am a psychologist. Today I'd like to present a concrete demonstration of Restorative Dialogue Therapy, or RDT. RDT is a structured psychological protocol designed to work directly with the brain, with memory, trauma, and neuroplasticity. It is not a motivational exercise or a simple story, but a precise method to reorganize how past experiences are encoded. In real therapeutic work, RDT is usually used to complete unresolved dialogues with people who truly matter in your life: a parent, a partner, an ex-partner, a friend, someone you have lost, or someone with whom the story was never finished. The goal is not to relive the past, but to return to it consciously, ask the right questions, and allow the brain to take a different path, one that leads to understanding, integration, and emotional repair. In this video, what you will see is a demonstration of the method. To respect privacy and ethics, we are using a well-known public figure. The interview you are about to hear is created with the RDT protocol and is based on the real philosophy, mindset, and way of speaking of Bruce Lee.
When the opponent expands, I contract. When it contracts, I expand. And when there is an opportunity, I do not hit. It hits all by itself. No.
The answers are built from his writings and interviews in order to remain coherent with who he was and how he expressed himself. In RDT, the questions are written, and we strongly encourage you to read them out loud. This active participation is essential because it fully engages the brain in the process and supports neuroplastic change. What you are about to hear is not a performance. It is an example of how dialogue, voice, and structure can become a powerful therapeutic tool. Welcome to Restorative Dialogue Therapy.
That is already the mistake. Kung Fu is not something you do. It is something you are. If Kung Fu only exists between 8 and 10 in the evening, then it is not Kung Fu. It is exercise. Kung Fu is a state of consciousness, a way of being present. When I drink water, that is Kung Fu. When I walk, that is Kung Fu. When I speak, when I listen, when I remain silent, that is Kung Fu. Exactly. The body may rest, but awareness never sleeps. Kung Fu is like fire. You must feed it every day. If you don't, it doesn't punish you. It simply fades. People think talent disappears suddenly. No, it disappears slowly through neglect. Practice must be regular, but the mindset must be constant. The body is the instrument. The mind is the musician. If the mind is confused, the body becomes dangerous, to yourself first. If the mind is clear, Even simple movement becomes powerful. Train your body, yes, but train your perception more. Observe your fear. Observe your doubt. Do not fight them. Understand them. Once understood, they lose their authority. Because doubt fractures action. Fear delays decision. If someone intends to harm you and you wait for mercy, you are not spiritual. You are naive. Clarity is not violence. Clarity is responsibility. Defeat is not acceptable. Not because of pride, but because every defeat leaves consequences in the nervous system, in the mind, in the spirit. The real enemy is never outside. It is your own hesitation. Victory over others is meaningless if you are defeated inside. Let every external victory become an internal one. Discipline over comfort, presence over distraction, action over fantasy. Kung Fu is not about striking faster. It is about living without contradiction. When your thoughts align with your actions, you are already strong. High-quality life, high-quality consciousness, high-quality love, high-quality commitment, not ideas, not theories, embodied truth. When you live like this, movement becomes honest, breath becomes calm, fear loses its grip, then life itself becomes your art. Be simple, be precise. Be fully alive. Kung Fu is not something you add to life. Kung Fu is life, lived with awareness, courage, and total presence.